there's one slot in the dresser. I even went out of my way to go and find some gloves for a set just so I could complete it, and I feel like that added a little bit of gameplay as well, chasing those kind of little pieces that you might be missing in a set just so that you can put it in the dresser as a one slot. As opposed to, you know, not really caring about that piece, for example. It kind of gives you a reason to collect it.
No, that's pretty cool. It is pretty awesome. The problem I have with that is the fact that most of the glam pieces that I'm missing that I want is like, go farm this boss from one of the recent expansions on Savage War a bunch of times.
Just go kill the ultimate.
Oh yeah, go clear DSR if you want the weapon. You have the perfect glam, the perfect color for it, but the weapon, yeah, nah, man. Also, to be fair, I've been playing a lot of Viper, so the motivation to do ultimates, because there's no Viper weapons in the older ones. It's like,
how are you finding Viper?
Oh, it's so good. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
I really enjoyed it as well. I think when I initially saw Viper and Pictomancer, I was drawn to Pictomancer just because the animations looked so cool. And then when I got to try Viper, the gameplay just really hooked me in as well. I found it really enjoyable. And the Pictomancer as well was very fun to play.
I was slightly sad when they removed the extra dot management and those and the like a little bit more finicky aspects from Viper very early on, but in hindsight, it's just very good, very, very fun to play, and just it feels so fluent, so busy. It's a melee. I'm a melee brain. Just pressing lots of buttons just tickles the right part of my brain. Speaking of Team Orc time in P2.5 once again, and they are going for the light crystals, sending it all on them. There's the 2-minute cooldowns. Everybody sending all the kitchen sinks they have left in their building. And for the moment, that seems to be more than enough. A little bit of chat overlap here with the boss health bar. So we'll just default back to looking for health bars on our screen. One down, one more about to fall. One at 20%, and last crystal with a solid number of HP left for a few more moments. Multiple people dead on the floor. It's just all falling apart slowly but surely. It almost looks like Shiva's going to put them on ice here, Jordan.
Absolutely. And what was interesting to see is that they also were not killing the darkness crystals at that time. I didn't quite catch the limit break, if it was used or not. I don't know if you had a little bit of a look, but it seemed like they could have either, again, be saving it for that melee limit break, or...
Echo's done cooking.
Oh?
We're back in.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. This is exciting. We're going in again. See what they've got in store for the ultimate relativity in phase 3.
I am so curious, because not just is this about ultimate relativity in P3, right? It's also about Echo adjusting P2 transition. Are they going to skip the crystals? How did they replace cooldown timings? How did they shift things? How clean is P2 going to look until getting there? Are they going to struggle with the DPS check now?
Yeah, there's so many more things, because, you know, even though you make it through the previous phases, there are still things that can change. And again, there are still mechanics that can completely throw you in the moment. Lights Rampant being a great example of a mechanic that's still catching teams out, as they can't consistently make it through there just yet, as their ready check comes in for Echo, who have taken a little bit of a break to have their cooking session. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see, are they going to keep the darkness crystals alive? Are they going to change anything at that point? Let's see how they deal with the ultimate relativity. It is all to play for as we go into another full here. Getting through.
Good old Fate Breaker.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody's favorite healer spare time activity, pressing your single
Yeah. It's amazing, healer damage being extremely relevant in 14. I was saying this earlier. You have to really make sure that you are pumping, not only healing the entire group, but also making complete usage of every single GCD of GCD, and optimizing literally everything. Okay, so they need to make sure that they're finding the safe spots around the room, as some of these clones will shoot across There you go, you can see that going out, and that was a fire element fusion, so they did have to stack for that one.
Indeed. Now, of course, you get the lightning detonation during the protean waves here, which means you need to spread out. You cannot stack, otherwise you kill each other off. And then, of course, we're going into the stack markers. Gotta soak those for your team after the knockback. And, of course, you A very lovely segment that we can talk about because we have Mr. Alex standing by. No?
Oh, he's
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah, I
shaking,
mean,
he's shaking his head. He's scared.
Maybe he's scared.
He's
maybe
scared, so we're
yeah.
definitely going
So-
over. Alex,
Yeah.
hi! Welcome
hello,
back!
Hello. No,
No?
I'm not sure if we can hear you, or if the stream can hear you. But I
Oh.
mean, not right now. Okay, we're working on it. But yeah, we have Alex here. He has been cooking in the background. Like, he has been in the kitchen a lot. Let's hope the kitchen
Smells pretty good, not
yeah,
gonna lie.
let's hope the dish is good, or it's like, I think we can judge later how the dish has turned out.
Oh,
hello. There he is.
It's me.
Yeah,
Hello.
let's see.
I've made something really unholy. I'm so sorry. The next few minutes are not going to be very useful because chat's already cleared it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
I mean...
it's more for like the 1 or 2 people in chat that maybe haven't cleared it. So me and Rook went really deep, and then Mara's also helped out a lot in terms of trying to work out what the hell is going on with ultimate relativity. I've made something. I think it's right. Hopefully, I'm going to try and explain roughly what's going on with the... I think some people have up to 4 or 5 debuffs. They all have different timers. There's traffic lights going on, 3 different versions of them. So if you guys are ready over on the couch, let's have a little bit of a look into it. Let's jump into the raid plan. I'm so sorry. So first and foremost, we do have 8 traffic lights. So these traffic lights are each going to be sending out a beam, but fortunately the boss is going to stagger the rate in which they come out. So she's going to mark 3 of them with yellow, 2 of them with blue. And, of course, leave 3 of them untouched. That means that, of course, the yellow ones, they're speeding up. We're going to be getting them coming out a lot quicker. The blue ones are going to be slowing down. So that means that the yellow ones, we have 3 of those. Those 3 are going to be going off first. Then the normal ones are going to be going off second. And then the blue ones, the last 2, are going to be going off third. Are we happy with that so far?
That sounds quite logical.
Okay, cool. And of course, in terms of baiting them, they just target the closest player. They'll send out a beam, and they'll also have like a little rotatey thing around them. So of course, the beam will just kind of travel out. So you just want to shoot it outwards, just making sure you're not trolling. E1S stuff. We've done this a million times. Nothing too complicated, right? So, problem is, they got all these debuffs. This is the nicest way I could show it. And this is a reduced version. So, quickly going over what the debuffs do. Unholy Darkness is a group soak, nice and chill. The Dark Fire is just a big AoE, make sure you're by yourself. The Dark Blizzard is an ice donut. It doesn't actually do a whole lot, but regardless, it's there. And then you got the Spell in Waiting, which is placing down, basically, bookmarks, timestamps, where you're going to return to later. They're all on different durations to one another. Just trust me, this works, probably. After the bait, so after you've done everything, and once you've resolved, so you've been teleported to your correct location, you're going to have 5 people explode with the small AoEs. You're going to have 1 person with a group soak, and you have 2 people with Shadow Eyes, so you have to look away from them. Right, that was the premise. I hope you're caught up and hope that makes sense.
I mean, it's really easy.
It's
So,
really easy. Oh,
exactly.
man. Okay, let's have a look. So, first and foremost, 11 seconds into the mechanic, 2 people are going to have short fire debuffs. They just need to go away. You have 1 person explode with an unholy darkness. Then you got like 5 people just chilling out. At the moment, there's only 4 people there because I've screwed up the picture. So otherwise, you're just chilling out, making sure you soak in the mid guy. So fire's out, everyone has soak mid. We've done that a million times, nice and chill. Here comes the first difficult part, because now we have to soak and bait the yellow traffic lights. So you can see the people who have the longest dark fire debuffs are going to go and bait the yellow traffic lights. At the same time, 5 people are going to be putting down their returns. Now, of course, if you're putting down returns at the same time that the traffic lights are going off, you've got to be careful not to get clipped. If you ever get clipped, you're going to get a vuln. It's going to go horribly wrong. So you can see that you're going to have a few people placing out the debuffs in these positions, and the dark water is going to be nice in the middle. We're going to group soak that person later. Next up, we're going back into the same thing. Dark fires and unholy darkness. Just get them out. Hello, there we are. So you get the dark fires out of here. You have everyone else soak in the middle. The dark blizzard goes off at the same time, which is an ice donut. We've seen this, well, of course, on relativity, but if you're stacked nice in the middle, it just resolves naturally. So really chill, not a whole lot going on. If it's a vuln as well, just get that guy out of there. I don't even know if it's a vuln. Just, he can leave if we need to.
I think so far it was good. They have been standing in the middle and nothing happened, kind of. Yeah, it's okay.
So, of course, because we did a fire out and a group soak, that means, of course, we now need to soak some traffic lights again. So the people who have the first exploded with the dark fires, they're going to go soak the normal traffic lights because they're due to explode second or be baited second. Now, they can't do it all by themselves because actually you only have 2 Blizzard people, right? You only have 2 dark fire people. So instead, the guy in the middle who was Blizzard, he's going to come and help instead. That's what we're going to do to fix that.
Yeah.
At the same time, we're going to have the last return people, which is 1 AoE and 2 Shadow Eyes. The 2 Shadow Eyes are going to stay in the middle because they're going to soak the dark water later, whilst the Dark Eruption guy is going to go up in the north or just anywhere away from the normal eyes, dude. Just don't explode. And if you're not doing any of that, you're just chilling. Then, last thing, of course, you get that last unholy darkness. They're in the middle. The long dark fires are going nice and far away, and everyone else is left over. You're just chilling once again. The last soaks, really chill. If you haven't soaked one of the eyes or one of the traffic lights yet, you just bait one of those blue traffic lights away, make sure you don't hit the group. Look how many people are chilling. Everyone's so smiling.
Everyone is happy.
So if you follow that strategy, fingers crossed, you're going to end up in a situation like this, where you've got all of the people with the dark eruptions on the outside, you have a water that needs to be soaked on the inside, and 2 Shadow Eyes also on the inside, who are going to help soak that water. It's going to resolve something like this, whilst everyone is looking out to make it so you're not looking at the Shadow Eyes. In theory, it works. And that takes 40 seconds, and it took me about 4.5 minutes to explain. I'm so sorry. I hope that was... It's not helpful, but at least that's what's going on.
Hey, I think that was pretty good. Round of applause for Alex. Thank you so much for that breakdown.
No, I mean,
I think we'll rewind and watch the entire thing at half speed, but I think he was doing pretty good. Thank you so much.
I'm so tired, man. I'm sure it's all wrong.
I think the best part you forgot to mention is that the boss is active, so you also need to have good uptime.
If you noticed, you never run out of melee range.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Like, you just need to
Oh my
do
god,
good
it's a
damage
melee
as well.
uptime
I know what I'm doing.
strat.
Well, I'm doing.
I mean,
What do you mean you just cooked a melee uptime strat week 1 to solve a mechanic in 4 hours, and you're complaining about being tired?
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
Well, Alex, I for one can say you have done very, very well. You've earned yourself some sleep. So thank you so much for that little breakdown, and we'll try to keep that in mind when we head into the next few polls here over the
Just
next
tell
few
him to.
hours.
I could just go tell Roger just to do
Yeah,
that
I
strat.
think
It'll be
you-
fine.
yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised you haven't already. Honestly.
I did actually link it to him. Right, best of luck in a bit.
Bye.
so, just so, like, don't tell this to Alex, guys. He's probably not listening right now. But if he is, like, if Roger does this tactic and it's not going to work out, we will blame Roger, okay? This is not Alex tactic, yeah? Just chat.
Hey.
And if it works out, then it's, of course, the caster tactic, yeah?
The tactic is solid. It's all about the people explaining and then executing it.
True, yeah, it's never our fault, right? It is exactly. No, I mean, but as we saw, right, it is a lot of things going on, a lot of different components that need to be moving, and I think that's also why a lot of teams are currently looking at our screen, are a little bit AFK, trying to explain this to the team as well, right? Because it's not going to be that easy. You need a lot of different components that need to be moving here, and everyone needs to do a proper thing, because as Alex showed in the very end, everything needs to resolve kind of in a nice pattern, otherwise it's probably going to go a little bit boom. Yeah.
It's also not just a nice pattern, it's also how precise the baits need to be,
Yeah.
because the traffic lights the traffic light lasers move, yes, you only need to bait the first shot, but if you bait that first shot wrong because you're not in the correct position, that that laser rotation is going to come around and shoot someone in the face, and
Yeah,
you
it's not
do not
ideal.
want that.
I think we have seen that if you get hit by multiple abilities so far, not ideal. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a team currently working on the intermission. I think that's looking good. They will probably going into the phase 3. Oh, we have someone that, but it's a healer. It's fine. We only need damage here, so we're good. Hopefully.
You said the magic words.
It's
No, I
fine.
love that.
No, it's always fine.
No, it's over.
I mean, that was not my fault. Okay, that I did. Yeah.
Maris, I will do you a favor and distract from what you have just
Yes,
committed
yes,
upon these poor players.
I have hands up. Okay.
Because we have some really awesome stuff that we can bring in here, because we can talk a little bit about Displayed, one of our awesome sponsors, thanks to whom we are able to do this. And they get some really sweet prints on these metal plates, and of course, for the first time extra during this event until December 2nd, 44% off, the biggest discount of the year on the Textra displays. And these are pretty awesome. I mean, this is only 2 of the ones we have. I mean, there is so many more. There's so many more. I can't even hold all these. I can't even hold all these. There's so many. And as you can see, right, this
We're building the new
little
artwork.
light reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of artworks at on my wall at home, and I'm just seeing all this stuff, and I'm like, I need to take things off that wall, not add more to it. But, well, in case you don't have an art wall, get started on it. And
Yeah.
why not with displays? Because they're awesome.
Of course, we also have the beautiful special artworks, or one is a little bit hidden, but it's the light ramp end. Yeah, very important. And of course, the basic relativity. We're currently playing a little bit more advanced relativity, but we also have the basic relativity, and of course
Indeed.
the beautiful Raised Word First version that will have the player names imprinted on them, and also signatures if you choose to pick that version.
Indeed.
So yeah, I mean, as Lizzie said, check out this plate, and they have currently the most insane discount going on.
Use our link to grab that for yourself. Latest point in the panels underneath the stream. You can find that for yourself and get yourself some cool stuff. I said 44% off. That is pretty solid. In the meantime, echo back into a poll. A little bit of Fatebreaker action. And of course, this is the knockback. The position correctly.
Yes, the first phase, or the first trio basically that we need to play here, but I think they have been really not had any issues with this, to be honest, because I mean at this point they have this, they can probably play blind, most likely.
You know, Maris, same as with before, when you say there's a good pull going, can we swap to this team, it ultimately wipes them. If you talk about a team doing well in the early phases of the fight, that means latest point, the next 2 or 3 pulls are just going to wipe over and over in P1. That's why the echo rates sometimes just fall flat, because the casters are
the
casting
big
nasty voodoo on you
Wait,
guys.
should I try it? I mean, what can go wrong here? Let's see.
Oh my god!
Like, I mean, this is the easiest
you
mechanic.
you don't even go for the mild. It's looking good so far. You're going for the full blast of what can possibly go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there's truly nothing that can go wrong at this point.
I have so much respect
Yeah,
for
I mean,
you.
I
it's
think
amazing.
the Echo players, they will be blasting this. Look, they're gonna have the towers to soak. It will be easy. They have the easy damage check. No one has damage down.
You are aware of the repercussions for jinxing on this couch, right? Like, I'm new. This is my first time on the Echo couch, but I've been watching enough to have experienced it as a viewer.
I mean,
If you jinx too much, you need to sit on the floor.
okay, I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm a good oracle today. Okay, this will work out. We have the perfect the perfect pull coming up. We're getting a new best, and we will have no issues. So yeah, let's see how.
When I said I brought the bigger shovel to shovel my own grave, I didn't think you'd grab it for yourself. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
fair game.
shoveling my own grave here, but we can see Echo using the Vuln on the tank mechanic. Look, without any issues.
Yeah.
And now we go into the phase. We will see. I mean, sadly, I can still not read MT's UI, but I mean, will happen soon, I guess. So we'll see either we have the Reap or Cleave. Oh, we will see here what we will need to do.
Production is so on point.
Yeah, it's crazy. So basically, we have the. Okay, I didn't even read it. Okay, we have the Cleave. So everyone needs to go out. We're sending the the abilities out and the slices as well. Everyone's gonna stack up, go into the light parties, and then we have the soaks, and we need to locate where Shiva is, so we get to a good position with her. This looks a little bit suspicious, so I think they are jogging a little bit further, and then they're trying to adjust later on.
Yeah. Splash
this looks
Morn,
good.
so far well played. She's sitting a little bit on the right. That means the other team needs to slide over to now slide in position. And Sink into Silence is the backwards cleave, and stillness is the keyword for the forward cleave. So in this case, wait with the slide, then get in there. And of course, the follow-up mechanic, the Hallowed Ray, is a little bit more of a body check. Did you play this mechanic right? Did anyone slide off the map or slip on the ice and break an ankle or something along the lines? But Echo is doing really well. And to quote you, Maris, what can possibly go wrong during like Rampant
I mean,
now?
to be honest, the mirrors are really easy.
Maybe the mirrors are a thing.
It's too much. No, but basically, I mean, the mirror mechanic here, they have been really having it down. I don't think there's too much that can also go wrong in terms of the mechanic, because it is really straightforward. You just need to aim, not at the enemy team, let's say, how Alex calls them. But it's also, let's say, just a little bit of a body check again to see how it is. Now they have either the stack up or the single groups. They have the stack up here, as we can see. So they're stacking up into a quick 2-stack. And now they have lights rampant. We will see earlier Echo took a decent amount of time to figure out how exactly they want to move to make the pentagram, right? They're going to do the same here again. They're looking at the situation basically, and then they're adjusting to it. Looking very solid here. Everyone is in a tower. It looks solved. Now they will merge together on the outside, have a big explosion that really needs to soak, and they will need to move away from this orb that is about to explode next to them the moment the other orb explodes. Very nice. And then the remaining 4 people that have not played any of the mechanics need to soak the middle.
Indeed.
And we're out of it. Perfect.
Yep. 3 stacks. Everyone has 3 stacks. At the end, there's one last body check, the Protean Waves. You need to get everyone to 4 stacks. If someone gets to 5 stacks because they played an additional mechanic, the entire raid is going to be blown to smithereens, and we don't want that to happen, and it doesn't happen because Echo is playing really damn clean. 17.5% is the breakpoint for the transition, and Echo is blasting way past that. And that's even without any major cooldowns or a limit break invested. So, since this is the Enrage, but we made the breakpoint, the damage is not as considerable. The healers have everything under control with some nice pre-shields and some regen. And now we're going into the crystal phase. The big thing here, obviously, is going to be you need to kill all the 4 light crystals on the outside before you can tear down the eternal icy veil that's surrounding Reen in the middle of the platform. And for that purpose, Echo is currently sending the Caster LB3 just to nuke every single crystal on this platform. We've talked a little bit about you don't need to kill the shadow crystals. It's all about the light crystals. So there might be a puzzle piece that's coming in later during the progress that you need to have kept these darkness crystals alive. But for the moment, it doesn't matter. Echo has sorted everything out. The crystals are gone, and the icy veil is gone as well. We're going into P3. Let's see if Roger has already implemented Alex's strat.
I mean, I hope so, right? And also, everyone in chat knows exactly what is going to happen now. Like, we're going to follow Alex's steps here. We're going to check out the debuffs, what you have, and then you're going to be accordingly go to the different positions where we need to resolve the mechanic. I mean, surely Echo has also been eagerly waiting this. I mean, after some quick break and cooking earlier, they're ready, and they hopefully... I mean, of course, they're going to first try this. There's no issue. So we will see here, whenever the traffic lights spawn, who's going to go where.
Yep.
I mean, there's a little bit of AFK always. It's nice.
It's always the start. Final Fantasy fights always start with a raid-wide damage, so the healers have something to do. It's a very nice thing. Some WoW bosses have started to adapt that.
That is very true, yes.
Ulgrax actually started out the exact same way. I was a very big fan of that. And in the meantime, of course, traffic lights. So, first ones are the yellow ones. If you have a big debuff, you go out. First detonation is going to be locked in, then back into the middle. The first bait positions need to be locked in with the rewind. It's happening right now. The first lasers are going off, and everything seems to be resolving quite nicely. People are in the middle, and there is everything just falling apart. Something between step 1 and step 2 went horribly wrong, and someone crashed the car off the bridge.
Someone definitely did steer very wrong from the looks of it, because it wasn't just like some people dying, it was everyone just... pop vanish, basically, yeah. But we have Midnight Donut here, also on the same point. Very nice. We can directly swap. Here we have the POV of the person that has should have the very long debuff. It's very hard to see right now. But they will be baiting the traffic light first, then they're going to go in and soak. And now we...
Yep.
Oh. I mean, we're getting there, I would say, right? Slow
The
and
group
steady.
soak. The group soak worked.
The group soak worked, yeah, but I think someone... I don't exactly... It looked like that one of the Dark Flames or so, I mean, very hard to see, right? But it looked like that there was another explosion in the middle that was probably not supposed to be there. And everyone just got the double magic wooden and...
It was a beautiful, beautiful chain reaction of the group soak hitting the middle as intended. Then one of the dark explosions went off, took down the person with the ice donut, which in turn was a little bit too far out. So the ice donut AoE cleaved everyone sitting in the middle, and that's the end of the fight, really. So
yeah, I mean, they are called
love it.
Midnight Donuts, so... they should be the professionals at the donut mechanic, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I mean, we can see other teams are also working on Shiva. We have currently one team on the intermission again. Looking good as well. Everyone alive. Hopefully, please.
Is that...
No,
is that... Good job, Maris.
I mean, they were alive, technically. Yeah. in my book, at least. Yeah.
Guang Wong, I think is their name. I'm very horribly sorry for butchering it because I don't know. I can't read.
Okay.
That's fair. Thanks, production. It's... I'm not sure. I think it's Chinese letters. It might be kanji, but I have no idea, honestly. And at some point, we'll find out over the next few days. We have some time before this ultimate is over, after all. In the meantime, back to Lucrezia, one of our front-running teams, and so far throughout this day, usually been the team that's at the forefront of progression, kind of the best performing on stream.
I think they're also, I mean, obviously it's very hard to see for us who has come up with a strategy first, but I think they have been the front runners on making like really consistent and good strategies when it comes to all the bosses, or the Shiva phase in particular, right? They had the strat down fairly fast. We'll see, hopefully they make it into third phase and we can see what they've cooked up for the relativity. But I think it will be quite difficult to see what they have exactly done because it's so many moving parts, as we saw. We probably have to wait for a more or less cleaner pull to see what exactly they have been doing, and then we can like rewind a little bit and see what they have decided to do, and if there's some improvements or if just Alex Strat. Yeah, I mean, who knows? But I mean, overall, I think teams have gotten super consistent with all of this here, just getting very comfortable with the sizing of the donut of the boss as well, baiting everything and resolving this mechanic.
So, speaking of strats, I have a question for you. What do you usually do when you are very certain that you've cooked the right strat, and then you play it perfectly, and everything works the way you wanted it to until the very end, and it doesn't? And you start to realize that all the confidence you had in your strat is actually misplaced and it's bad.
I mean, yeah, there's multiple situations. Yeah, either you can blame the creator of the strat. That is always the number one, I think. Yeah, like if the strat is just bad, then you just blame the creator first and say, what is this? Okay, but if you don't want to blame the creator of the strat, right? Then you obviously try to find a solution. Most of the time that is just going to strat number 2 and throwing the strat away that you were currently using. A prime example was the last race that I was part of. We had a strat for a boss called Nexus Princess Kaveza, and we were using Roger Brown strat, and we pulled the boss and we're like, okay, that's not so good. Let's go with Scribe's strategy, and that's how we handled the bad strat, but obviously on longer boss fights, let's say on Ultimate, of course, you would evaluate what you have to change to make the strat work, right? Because you will find the root cause of the strat being wrong or not working properly. And I think, for example, like Lights Rampant, I think is a good thing because we have seen people progress it. And one of the things that I personally think helps a lot is just taking the time. What the teams currently do is that when they're standing in the middle and just evaluating the situation and not just instantly running out and just trying to be a little bit like roach out, you could say, and just try and solve the mechanic instantly without taking the time, because they have the time. So they should just like realize what's going on, basically. So I think teams have been doing a really good job at that, and that's also a thing that maybe in the beginning is a little bit counterintuitive, because you obviously you see a mechanic and like, okay, I wanna be there as fast as possible so everyone can also adjust to me. But in this case, it's more of a team game situation where everyone needs to kind of see what everyone else has, that you know what to do.
And often with a bad strat, it's also you don't really get to the far end of the strat before you realize that it's actually bad. So you often don't even run into the scenario where you have to redo the entire thing because you realize it doesn't work.
I mean, I think the biggest case is that you run into a DPS check, right? Let's say in Ultimate you have a good strat, but then you need an uptime strat, right?
Yeah.
And then you just need to fix that particular part or whatever.
Yeah, you just need to somehow find extra 5%
just
on the boss.
do some more damage.
Yeah,
it's really easy most of the time, right?
Yeah. And speaking of good damage, especially watching Lucrezia here and Lulus on the Monk, it has been insane how much damage they were pumping on the light crystals and how fast that thing has been dying. So very impressive to watch. Nice left, a right here to dodge all the puddles. And as you can see, they're not killing the darkness crystals. They were one of the first teams to really send that middle crystal. And of course, with the melee LB3, this will be taken down in no time. I'm trying to see the crystal in the middle. Oh, there's the health bar, just flat out in the middle. And it's not.
It's looking very bad.
No, never mind.
Wait, huh?
What? Is it just 50?
Is it only at 50% or what? Then you have the darkness crystals alive.
Is it? I've never noticed.
I mean, it could be, by the way, that the darkness crystals maybe give a damage reduction to the thing in the middle, and that's why they also used the LB3, and it took only a small chunk of the crystal off. I mean, I would love to have a replay on this, but it's not possible right now.
If we can get a replay of this after the poll, that would be insane, because...
Yeah, only for Echo. We have to wait for Echo to do it, but yeah, I think in general, that looked very interesting. There was definitely something else happening than usual. So,
very good spot. That's why you're the professional raider and I'm not.
I mean, who knows? Maybe I just made something up on the spot and it just sounded good, right? You never know.
Hey, fake it till you make it.
So now we have here seen Lucretia. They were already here a few times, so hopefully they have come up with a good strat. You can see a POV here. Someone who has the Dark Flame early. He runs out, or he marks himself with a 2 as well. Not exactly sure why that's the case. Maybe that's like the second team or whatever. But yeah, they exploded outside. They put the rewind all the way at the edge. Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure if that's the play, because they put the rewind on the edge, but obviously you also have the soak that is going on in the middle that needs to be covered. So I'm not... I mean, surely they have an idea behind all of this. I'm not going to question them too much, but yeah.
That looked like a solid idea, but especially like the soaks at the end, maybe just a little bit more speed on the execution. Maybe that's a point for like a mobility cooldown, maybe pop sprint, something along the lines to fix that up a little bit better, but...
I mean,
I do.
No, go ahead.
No, I do like your theory about the darkness crystals.
The darkness crystals.
Yeah, that the darkness crystals cause you to need to do less damage to the health bar.
Yeah, I mean, or it's the same damage, just that you have a big damage reduction, right? I don't know. I mean, it will be interesting to see if your team reaches there again. But I think now you see Lucretia as well. They reached the point and they're like, probably didn't work out too well what we had planned. So maybe we need to go back to to the drawing board and find out what exactly we want to do here. In the meantime, I guess we can watch Team Echo. They're back in first phase, fighting Fatebreaker. Hopefully, I'm not going to say anything. They are they have been pressing some buttons. No, but I think in general, the ultimate relativity, I mean, it is a big thing as well. You need to get there, right? And having such a complicated mechanic to figure out will always take so many pulls and so much time. The longer the fight will go on, and if they have more and more complicated mechanics later on the fight, right, the progress time will just increase, and the time of like boredom the players will experience basically playing the same phase over and over again will obviously increase, and hopefully focus doesn't go down with that, but I assume they're also veteran player in that department, so
yeah,
it will be fine.
I think so as well. Back to P1, Echo starting off another pull. Let's knock back into being in the right position. Little detonation going on and everything is fine and dandy. Everything sorted out. I just noticed that Narlock has like the big paladin cooldowns on the top left that you can keep better track of them. That's very nice. Yeah,
I mean in general in terms of the UIs, there's a lot of different ideas going on. I think if I look at some of the player UIs, like some people have a really minimalistic, the smallest UI I've ever seen, and other people have like the really, I can read every single pixel almost of the name of the boss, right? So
it's my favorite minigame as a caster, be it WoW or Final Fantasy 14. And it's like, once you start casting a team and POVs, the first thing you do is figure out, okay, how does this UI work? Where is what? Where's the limit break? Where's the party frames? Where's the debuffs? Where's the boss health bar? Are they tracking anything else interesting? why the hell does he have the minimap on the bottom left? And, you know, stuff like that. And of course,
Oh, he's also going under the table currently.
yeah,
Getting some water.
Little bit of water, little drink.
This is the tank
stretch,
POV, by the way. And this, I think, in any game, if you're just a tank, it's not too difficult to play with one hand. Like, just a little bit relaxed, press an immunity. There's not too much going on. You grab some water, you know, adjust your chair.
I haven't actually asked, what do you play in 14?
I play Gunbreaker.
Oh,
Gunbreaker and Paladin, yeah. I must say the Gunbreaker gameplay is absolutely fantastic.
It's great.
I really love it. All the off GCDs you press, and I mean it's just a nice rotation. I think in general. That's why I've been like drawn to Gunbreaker. I think Paladin was a little bit more one-sided in my opinion, but they have been also changing it since I played the last time, so it has become a little bit more like nice, I guess, let's say, to play. But definitely Gunbreaker, amazing. Gunbreaker is not so much that you can grab water and whatnot. There's some downtimes. Some phases where you don't have too much to do, but I think it's more about the tank POV that you just. I mean, you're important, right? Like you're a valuable member of the squad, but you're also not so important that in some parts you can do a little bit AFK, right?
Yeah, I've always felt like playing tank in 14 has been a little bit of DPS on easy mode because you have basically the same. You have the same job in terms of playing mechanics, positioning-wise, in terms of level of importance. But your DPS rotation is a lot more relaxed, you know? You're just sitting there. Gunbreaker has a nice, like, really flows really well. The continuation is really fun. It's like fun, left, right, the two buttons to just keep that rolling. It's super satisfying. But at the same time, it's also not... You don't need to go left, right, and center for positionals while you're doing your rotation. You don't need to worry about uptime because the boss is always going to be on you anyway. It's so nice and relaxed. And of course, well, the only downside is if you stand on the wrong spot, you're literally killing everyone. But
I mean, yeah. But it's quite dangerous statement always, to say that it's on easy mode, yeah.
Oh.
But I mean...
I don't give a damn. I know I'm right.
No, I mean, it is true, right? I think the best part about tank is that your HP bar is just double. Oh, I mean, not double, but it is quite high, right? So you're just a little bit more relaxed as well when it comes to just mechanics where sometimes the DPS are screaming, oh, please, one heal. You're like, oh, it's fine. So I think that it has a more, how do you say, a more nice touch to it to play it, right? You're not so stressed.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the big parts. I mean, but also as a tank main, I just love having, like, moving the boss around and whatnot. And I think in this fight, you actually had to move the boss appropriately, let's say. Right, but it's quite nice.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Some encounters, tank positioning and movement is something that is very difficult and very high involvement. And on the other hand, some fights are really just tank and spank.
Yeah.
Stand in a single spot the entire time and nothing really happens. And I'm generally a big fan of encounters and fights in general that really make it interesting for tanks.
Yeah.
Be it boss positioning, be it creative tank busters, stuff like that. And just generally get the tank away a little bit from the, I'm just a boring DPS kind of playstyle.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, I think so far in most of the ultimates I saw, that is the case. Like, you're really involved as well as a tank, well, what is always nice. And I think as a tank player, myself, I appreciate a lot. And I think that is also... I guess every tank player would appreciate it, to have a good involvement in what is going on. But I think in this case, Final Fantasy is just amazing because everyone is part of every mechanic, which is one of the things that is just making it really nice for all 8 people playing the game. Like, there's no one that is fully AFK. You always have, you're part of every mechanic that is going on most of the time. So
yeah, but also makes it a lot more spicy for the entire encounter because everyone has to be locked in the entire day, every minute of every fight. So
exactly.
In the meantime, we are heading back through this intermission, and I really feel like with the way Echo is handling this intermission at the moment, this caster LB3, it's just a super clean execution. Not really too much that needs to be done. And you can see the Icy Veil needs to be killed off completely in this case because they've broken all the Darkness Crystals.
Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully we get to see maybe them try out that they don't kill the Darkness Crystals. Probably not going to happen very soon, right? Because they have a good proc point where they don't want to... There's no point to change a strat right now if you are already past it and you're not really in need of the LB, for example, right now. So we will see how that goes. But, I mean, maybe at the end of the relativity we need the tank LB or something. I mean, probably not, but
maybe.
We will see. So now we're back in phase 3. Echo with the hopefully new cooked strat, or just practice of what they have already come up with the relativity. So let's see what POV we're getting here, what Nalok will get in terms of the debuff, so we get kind of an understanding of what will go on.
If you can see it on this little array frame, let's see. The relativity is coming in. There's the first set of debuffs. Narlock running around with a long version of basically everything. So he'll be definitely responsible for soaking in the middle in the first few iterations. He has the eyes for the late stage of the fight. So he's now baiting one of the first lasers. Right side rotation, so bait on the far left side. The first lock-ins out through. The next set of detonations is going to come through. And Narlock needs to be in position to position his rewind. Gets a lockdown in the middle, and there is detonations all over the place. Someone did not quite make it out of the middle, and it's just blasting everything to pieces. The great thing is we can immediately swap over to Lucrezia because they're just heading out of the intermission.
Perfect.
Oh, we missed the
crystal.
bar.
Yes, but
unlucky.
It's
but
fine.
More pulls.
We get there again. But yeah, I mean, like you said, I think they lost Misty halfway through the ultimate relativity. And I mean, if one guy is missing, then one beam just it's just over. Yeah. So many things that can go wrong. But let's see what Lucretia is doing. I mean, they have been doing really great in terms of the mechanical play department, like I said. So we hope that they have something come up. We also need to check in this UI where we're locating the debuffs. I see it, I think, on the left side. So let's see what POV we will be receiving here.
Drum roll.
This is the longest cast ever, right? Especially when you're anticipating the debuffs. So let's see what we have going on here. We are gonna have the
ultimate relativity, and it is gonna be a set of.
Wait, where's his debuff?
I don't know,
no.
man. It's very top, very top.
Okay, so he has a
short
he has
rewind.
The wave and he has the short rewind. So he will. I mean, he's relatively relaxed basically. He even put the rewind in the middle here. That's very nice. Now he needs to walk out for Dark Flame. Perfect. And then he will need to go back into the middle, soak the Ice Donut. Oh, I guess he's not part of that. Then he has a soak himself, what you can see here. Oh, there was a beam going through the middle. But yeah, he would have had the soak here. And then actually, he would have been responsible to aim one beam afterwards. And then the rewind will happen. And then he has the waves, where he will be in the middle resolving it together with the two eyes. Looked quite good though. One beam going through the middle, not so ideal, but the rest looked quite nice, right?
Yeah, something fell apart when it came to the second set of traffic lights to be baited. That went in the wrong direction, but very, very solid. I'm liking this. I think if there's another hour, a few more polls for Echo and Lucrezia both, and we are through. I think actually. I think Echo is doing so well, they might get it in the next few polls.
I think so too. It also really depends if there's a high roll pull, I would call it, where everyone gets the mechanic that they are just more comfortable with, or maybe they have already played it before, right?
Yeah.
It will be so much easier for the team. As if you get so many different iterations where you get different mechanics and whatnot, it's just gonna take more time for everyone to progress. So maybe we can also just get lucky that a team gets a good pull where most of the people have played the rotation already. And now we have Unwind going into the mission. I'm not actually sure. I think they had a break until recently. So they will... I think this might be their first time in intermission, I think.
Ooh, post-break magic.
This might be a... After you had a quick pizza snack, and then now you're going to get a quick best pull. So they pushed without any problems. It's all good. Let's see what they opt out to do in terms of the crystals. If they go for the Echo strat, killing all the crystals, or if they try to do the Lucretia strat. Of course... Obviously, I'm not exactly sure which team did invent what. Yeah, that's just what we have been seeing currently. So we'll see what they have opted out to do. Because they've probably been watching the stream while they were on break, right? It's the fake break.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure all the teams are watching each other. So no LB3 from the casters here for AoE. This is really just the healers helping out as much as possible with... actually... Rather, this is the red mage POV, but just keeping the DPS on the light crystals as high as possible while baiting the cones of the crystals of darkness here, which is a really solid and easy job to do for the caster DPS. A little bit of stutter stepping here and there, a little bit of slide casting, no problems whatsoever. Last crystal of light needs to be finished off. Actually, two more is still alive. The cast bar is going through further and further. And the melee LB will be coming in here in just a second. Is the damage enough? Goes down to half, 40%, and that is not enough.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe the LB was too late.
Maybe LB was too late. I'm not exactly sure, but I could see that on the health bar of the Icy Veil, it had like a an icon. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not completely familiar with all the icons, but it had an icon, so it definitely had it buff or debuff in some sort. That was probably because of the like the crystals that were still up. So I mean, we hopefully see more.
I'm just laughing about the Discord overlay for this because Unwind they have the Discord overlay in the bottom left. So the first one that was speaking was someone named Band. The second one was somebody else.
I mean, it is what. Yeah, there is
Some
Band.
creative,
Band is
some
talking right
creative
now.
names. I love that.
Perfect. Right, so let's see how the other teams are doing. I think we have actually a lot of teams in the Shiva phase currently. What is going on? But I'm not exactly sure where they are. Oh yeah, we have.
Phase.
I think we can go to KT if possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they just started off. Okay. But that is good. Let's see how KT is gonna score off on the first mechanic here. But we will need to see if we go close or far away, while the other teams that we are kind of monitoring on the side if there's a big phase change.
Our
Oh,
we have multi-view.
we have multi-view.
Wait,
Yeah, we can try.
Let's get it. Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Our unpronounceable team that is the furthest into phase 2 at the moment.
Yes.
And then
They have just
it's-
walled it, so that is perfect.
Oh,
And Midnight Donut also that
I'm sorry.
I knew that KT is currently on the is currently best in the Shiva phase, so we should follow them.
Yeah.
They've been doing the slides quite nicely. No one got clipped. Looking good. I mean, they have all the good stuff to come here. But they have a little bit relaxed phase. They have the mirrors coming up into relativity.
Oh, actually, very interesting to see, because this is something that Square Enix has started doing with the Dawn Trail expansion. Usually, these laser AoEs have always been just soak them. Just soak them as a group, that's it. They've added a positional component to them where usually the lasers need to have the tank in front as well, because the first person hit by the laser takes extra damage.
Oh, I just remember, I think it was on Leviathan when I played. There was also a beam where the tanks had to stand, or there was a different person that had to stand in front because you got a magic bullet. So, yeah.
Yeah.
No, those mechanics, I mean, they're not the most difficult, right? But they're always there to, so everyone is involved. And you also need to attack the boss at one point, right? You can't just be running around playing mechanics all the time. So we have KT going into light rampant here, but they're also taking their time, even though two people just lagged it insta. I guess they knew what's going on. There's some...
Oh, definitely communication issues, but just in time, making it into the tower. Clutch plays coming through, but are they all on the same side of the platform? Yes, it looks like it. That was 5 people stacked and 3 on the other side. Bye-bye.
I mean, there was definitely... You could see 2 people being like, oh, I go left. Oh, no, I go left. Okay, I guess we wipe.
After you, after you, after you. No, after you, I insist.
Yeah. And then it's too late. Then the door closed in front of them, and they just go phase 1 again.
Indeed.
But we can see Lucretia again, like we said, amazing progress what they've been doing. The consistency is really, really insane. So they're again in phase 2, about to go to light rampant again with everyone alive. So we'll see what they will cook up here, hopefully going to phase 3.
What's your favorite mechanic in World of Warcraft that you have not seen in Final Fantasy yet that you think might make an interesting boss fight?
Oh, okay. I will come back to this in like 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to go through all the important mechanics that I had. And
that's fine. I'll talk about Light Rampant in the meantime, because the little pattern, that hexagram that they're drawing onto the field, is looking pretty solid. Stack up for the AoE, wait for the orb detonation, then walk out of the second, and everyone on 2 stacks or less. Ideally, I mean, if you have someone with less, you probably messed up somewhere along the road. Gets to soak the tower. Then this time around it's a partner stack. The other option is a spread, single spread. And with the last wave, everyone goes up to 4 stats and Lights Rampant is resolved. This is looking solid. The damage is really damn good, actually. Already on 19%, 17.5 is where we need to be. 1.0% left to go, and that should be it. Yeah, they're making it interesting towards the end here, but Lucrezia just cleaning that out nicely. Off into the intermission we go.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get some crystals broken.
And of course here Lucretia is opting out to not play the darkness crystals basically, so we will now closely monitor. Okay, everyone in chat, you also need to really pay attention here. Yeah, everyone needs to do this with us. I mean, maybe you guys have already solved it, but Yeah,
Well,
we
they
need to
definitely
see.
have solved
I
it,
mean,
but
probably.
we'll
So,
find out.
so basically, they're only killing the lightning crystals here, and I think now if we will click on the health bar later on in the crystal, there will be this debuff icon that will probably indicate something special, because we have not killed 4 of the 8 crystals for some reason, right? So we're sending those home, looking quite solid though, looking at the HP bar list. Yeah, looking good. We're halfway through the cast right now. The POV that we're currently watching should be sending the LB, yep.
There we go.
LB, as you can see, there's like the star icon on the enemy target frame, and now the
52, 50%. The cast is still continuing. 40%.
and it just broke.
Yep, there we go. Maybe it's 40%. 40%, 10%,
I mean,
10% less you need to do per darkness
be.
crystal available.
That's also an interesting idea. Yeah. But I mean, they made it through. They even had 1 dead here. I mean, damage down doesn't matter though anymore, because they're only the prog point now, where they will just need to solve the ultimate relativity. And I mean, at this point, we believe they will manage, and they will get through. We will also check again for the POV. We have the debuffs in the top middle here, so you need to check out what he will have to do very soon. And I mean, hopefully he has a cool job and not the AFK job standing in the middle, right? That will be not so. I mean, I guess it's nice for him, but for us, right, we want a little bit of action. Yeah.
Indeed, we're going into ultimate relativity. Let's see what we are gonna get. That's a long rewind. It's the ice and it's the eye. So basically, just AFK in the middle
Sadly,
and bait a laser in between. So in the meantime, we'll be watching everyone around the platform. The yellow traffic lights are the first one to go. That are the first ones that need to be baited, and this is going to be the job of our monk here. First shot baited back into the middle. The ice donut is going to go off the rewind lock in just a few moments. Going to be positioned in the middle as well. Next off is another run for a bait if he wasn't blown to pieces by his team. For the moment, everything looked fine, and then it all went to hell. Unfortunate, but good effort. Tank is still alive. Living Dead is rolling and rolling out. Bye-bye. Good pull. Solid, but Lucrezia, we're not really seeing any progress to this mechanic at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's quite difficult to judge, like I said, because we don't exactly know what is going wrong. Like, there could be so many moving parts going on here, and maybe one person was like, oh, I got some new set that I never played before, I just messed up. Or maybe one person being like, oh, I aimed the beam a little bit too far to one angle and it turned too much and just hit the team in the last aim or whatever. It's I think this is more of a job for where you need to go frame by frame and check the situation. Or you need to be voice comms and someone is like, guys, I definitely know there was something wrong what I just did here.
We'll see once they figured it out. It's going to be a massive step forward, and that's when we know, okay, now they got it. Well,
I mean, it will also look really amazing, right? If the rewind happens and everyone resolves all the mechanics. I mean, now I think the biggest issue that I have with this whole mechanic, also when Alex presented it earlier, we don't exactly know how big the explosion of the darkness eye is that we're currently putting quite close to everyone else.
We've seen that. It's like a 10-yard.
So it's really small.
It's manageable. It's
never
manageable.
mind. I take everything back. It is easy.
Yeah.
I mean, the mechanic in general, right? Like on paper.
Yeah.
On paper, most of the mechanics are quite straightforward, but if you then end up in the situation where you have to maneuver the characters, maybe not so easy anymore.
Once you know how it's done, it's easy, but you need to get there first. In the meantime, I think, short little break. In the meantime, you can think a little bit more about what a boss you would make with certain WoW mechanics.
I have it. I have it in my mind. Yeah, we can talk about after the break.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm going to get a chocolate bar and something to drink. In the meantime, massive shout out to all our sponsors making this possible. Corsair, of course, Secret Lab, Displayed, Starwatch Systems, Elgato, and NordVPN. Maris and I will be back in just a few minutes. Quick little breather, get up, stretch, hydrate, friends. We've been at it for a couple of hours now, and we got a little bit more to go before the Echo Boys are gonna call it quits for the first day of the Eden Ultimate race. In the meantime, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few seconds.